Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today we are giving ourselves the review and a letter grade to this, the anniversary update to this campaign, the Shock and Awe campaign. I like to do these on the last Friday of the updates, just as a look back to kind of reflect on how it was, what could have improved, what we like, what I liked, what I didn't like about this update, and kind of give it a letter grade so that I could then go back and when I want to be like, oh, I wonder how that update felt. Let's kind of get the pulse of the of my feelings on it from there. So, with all that said, let's just go ahead and dive on in. And the first thing every update always promises us is a brand new ship. And I think we should start with the campaign ship. That's the ZF6, showing on screen right now. It is the, I would guess, either whatever you want to classify as the second or third premium tier 7 destroyer. Of course, this update we did get two tier 7 destroyers, the Paolo Emilio and the ZF6, the ZF6 being the campaign ship. And I have to be honest, I am not, after getting it back, I am not too big of a fan of the ZF6. I think it just requires a bit too much patience and a little bit too much luck as to what the ship composition on the other team is for you to be successful in it. And I have found myself enjoying when there's a ZF6 on the other team because I know I don't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, I think the ZF6 a little bit of a letdown. It'll probably be a ship that doesn't see itself come out of my port too very often. On the other hand, we have the Paolo Emilio, which was of course the other tier 7 ship, tier 7 premium ship added this time around for 750 global XP, 750,000 global XP, I should say. And I have absolutely loved that ship. I don't think it necessarily is better, but it's way more fun. And when things get more fun, that's where I'm at. Like, I'm all about making sure I'm having fun with a video game, and that's where I'm having fun right now, is with the Paolo. She just, it's a ship about having fun, I guess. I don't know. Let me just say I'm preferring Paolo over the over our over the ZF6. So that's been a good thing. Next thing I want to talk about, well, let's keep on talking about destroyers. In fact, let's go ahead and talk destroyer commanders. First, we did finally get two destroyer commanders for the Italians, Giuseppe and Luigi. And one, they're really good. They're really good additions. We finally have them. They make the Leone just that much better. They work wonderfully with Paolo. It is nice to finally have commanders that are actually designed to work with the ships that we have in the game. Second thing I want to talk about is, of course, we did have the perceptive skill added for all destroyer commanders. That's the one that gives you this is the closest area to the next ship. And I am amazed by how many destroyers I still see that don't run it or are running other skills instead. It is an absolute powerhouse of a skill, and if you're not running it on a destroyer, you should have a very good reason as to why not, because having the location of the closest enemy is just that. It's just that kind of it just helps with information, having that knowledge in your back pocket. And I really enjoy the fact that we've now leveled out pretty much all of the destroyer commanders in that ability, because before that was kind of a skill that made or break a commander, and now it is definitely opening up the build options on some of the destroyers. Next, let's go ahead and talk about Arpeggio of Blue Steel and the special events this time around. Arpeggio of Blue Steel, I'm going to say they didn't hit for me too much. One, the two unique ships being just tier 4 Congo repaints with slight skill changes. I could care less about them, and I will never take them out of my port, most likely. And the commanders, there aren't too many that were must-gets or that were really that impressive. I think I will end up using a couple of them. I think Takao, or Taco as I liked, was a very good commander from it, just if you wanted to play the crazy kiting cruiser. Kirishima has become sort of my go-to for dispersion builds for my Japanese ships, but that's because I want to play a weird way with Arthas the Cold. So that's more of a meme build, not really useful to the main player base. And Haruna, I think, was the other kind of standout of them, just because for, once again, the meme builds. It was a very meme build heavy event, and I don't think it really added too much to the game. There are two other special events that occurred, though, during this this update. One was the weekly bringing back of past events in their store content. I really like this just as a way to get players who, if they missed out, if they're new to the game, and they wanted to be able to purchase ships, if they wanted to be able to purchase commanders that they missed out on, they had the opportunity to. I definitely indulged myself and picked up Hyde and the Halloween commanders, as they are all... some of them are very powerful and were very useful. Some of the other content coming back wasn't as impressive overall, and you didn't really stand out. It was very much a, hey, are you sure you don't want to spend more money on Santa crates? Try to get the key. I know you want the key, which is unfortunate. The Black Friday ships coming back, always a nice thing, because those are a pretty decent selection of those ships, and it was a good sale on the premiums if you were in the market for one. So overall, I think the weekly bringing back something from the last year, I think overall it was pretty good, especially because it did allow people to go pick up things that they most likely missed out on over the last year. Then the other special event was the treasure hunt, and I have to say, I really enjoyed the treasure hunt. I did not spend a single dime on it. I did not put in for... I did not try to roll the dice to get the unique ship that... the unique Fubuki that, if you look at the stats, is worse than the Fubuki. I think it was a... I think that portion of the event was for the people who spend money on this game. The rest of the event, where you got 116 chances to pull certain crates from the game, I think that was for everyone, and I really enjoyed that portion of the treasure hunt. I was able to grab Poltava off of those crates. I was really thankful for that. In previous years, that's where I also picked up a couple of other free premiums. I think events like this, if you knew what you were doing and you had the spare credits in game to buy 4 keys a day for 2 million credits, and you played the game every day, there was a decent chance you walked out after this update with something of a reward for playing for the year. Between that, the anniversary birthday event in the Bureau, and also the weekly giving away the free crates, like, there was a decent chance, there wasn't a guaranteed chance, but there was a decent chance that one of the crates that was offered in the free drops got you something that was worth it. And hey, you know, that's all I can really ask for. Once again, that is pretty much all based on your luck, because, you know, sometimes you don't. But I feel like I saw a good number of people posting that they received something beneficial from the crates of this past go around. Beyond that, I think there's only 2 other things to talk about. One, the secondary American battleship line was fully implemented in the game. I got North Carolina, haven't been able to purchase Kansas yet, but I ranked through my North Carolina. Previously, the other battleships that were added in the game last update, they were fantastic, and to bring them to everyone else, that's a great time. That is a real good, like, they're all good ships. It's fun to have another set of battleships to go ahead and grind through. I'm looking forward to trying out the Kansas. I know she's not necessarily the best vessel out there, but I am looking forward to being able to purchase her and go ahead and use her. And then the last thing was ranked this time, and I think that's the other thing that kind of let me down this segment. I think the 2 sprint versions of ranked were okay. I know a lot of people absolutely hated the Tides of War sort of content, or is it not Tides of War? The arms race mechanics that they added, which is like the heals, the main battery loads, all that I really enjoyed, but I could only bring myself to do the weekend sprints there. I could not bring myself to do the full ranked season. I think that was just too much, especially with the arms race mechanics, because the arms race mechanics did feel like they brought in a little bit too much luck, which you shouldn't have in ranked, but it made it very enjoyable for the sprint seasons, which are supposed to be the more casual base seasons, and I really enjoyed myself in those, not so much in the full long version of the ranked season. So ranked was a bit mixed, if not kind of negative on my end. Beyond that, some other things that were in the game that they added, they did diversify the kind of drop patterns of the carriers, depending on what ships, what tier 7 ships got either 8 or 9 and how many they dropped at a time. I think that was a good way to start to try to balance out all of the carriers. I think carriers are in a pretty decent location as of now, and I look forward to seeing what occurs with them in the future. And the last thing I want to talk about is stupid Epicenter. So, if you didn't know, there was a new game mode added for only tier 4 ships this past time, and it was the Epicenter game mode. I tried for nearly 9 hours this update to get a match to no avail in public matches. Finally, while working on my dailies, I randomly got into one in an AI match. I think they need to bump up that chance, because I should not have to try to spend 9 hours in tier 4 in order to play a new game mode. Having played it once, I would really enjoy and want to play it with real people, because it was quite enjoyable in AI. So yeah, guys, that is kind of the review of this. If I was to give it a letter grade, I think I would give it a B+. Not quite an A. I think they did a lot of things, but for me, the ZF6 not being a standout ship is just what holds it back. So my letter grade on this is probably going to be a B+. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this update. And guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.